What is going on? I'm Nufferdog, and welcome back to some more Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. What was that screen glitch? Okay, here's this new type of, space pirate I've been talking about. If I can scan him, this is a pirate grenadier. Space pirate specializing in grenade combat, so he's more dangerous at a range than, at close range. So if we just jump on over to him, he can't do too much to us, and we can just murder the crap out of him. Alrighty. Last time we had our first battle with Dark Samus, and, here I am umming again. Got the Dark Beam, which is friggin' awesome. And now we're gonna dodge some lasers. By the skin of our teeth, in some cases. And crap. These Metroids are free. That's a problem. These guys are a bit dangerous, but we got the Dark Beam, and since there's no Ice Beam in this game, spoilers, all the beams in this game are like dark and light themed. And since there's no Ice Beam in this game, they made them vulnerable to the Dark Beam. Oh, did I kill both of them? I guess so. My commentary is suddenly awkward again. Why must that be? Another day, another That should be a saying. What? Game? Why you bang my head into the ceiling and make the elevator go back down? Okay, that was strange, but here's a missile expansion, which is why I came back into this room. I don't believe there's any other new areas we can get into now that we have the Dark Beam in this part of the... No, there's not. So let's go back into the other room. I don't know what it's called? Command Center, right. Because there is a portal. And a portal is what we want to get to right now. We want... these turrets are back. Crap. Just dodge. 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 Ah! Well, that didn't work too well. There's a pirate. Hello, Mr. Pirate Grenadier. You know what? You are rather weak to the Dark Beam, so I'm gonna use it on you. The Dark Beam is... Did I just hit his grenade in midair with a Dark Beam shot? Okay, I'm ignoring the other space pirate who's trying to attack me. Let's just Dark Beamify this portal, which will activate it, and let us go on through. So now we are in the other section of the Dark Agon Wastes. Very good, very good. What was I saying? Here's some dead pirate commandos. Probably the ones that went in, that we saw go into the portal, I guess. They didn't do so well, as we can see here. We're gonna find a lot of these guys scattered around here, actually. Spine was shattered. And was crippled. God, that's horrible. I almost feel sorry for space pirates. Dark Ether is just that bad, I guess. Come here, missiles. Yeah, talking to you. Here's some more Phazon. Shoot this guy. And that, and that. Okay, so this is sort of... Well, it's the dark equivalent of the command center, and it's called Doomed Entry. Because they just couldn't make these names dark enough if they tried. Or, I mean, they did try, rather. They just weren't satisfied by how... I don't know. I'm just rambling. What I'm trying to say is the names are very grim, and dark, and grimdark. This thing is going... Oh, there it is. I was trying to scan this guy. It's a poofer! No, it's a Dark Preed. Preeds are just not puffer versions of puffers, or poofers as I sometimes call them, as a holdover from my friend saying that when I was younger. I don't know why Preeds are a thing. Like, why aren't they just puffers? But Preeds are, like, cyborg puffers. It's weird. I mean, they're not any tougher, so it really doesn't make much sense. Is that a warrior ing or just an inglet? I'm thinking that's a warrior ing, because he looks kind of too big to be an inglet. Well, I guess if you're a Luminoth and you pronounce it ing, then it would be an inglet. So, I don't know what I'm rambling about. This is actually a research scan this time around. It's a light lift crystal. It is energized by dark energy, which causes this thing to move down. And thus we can jump onto it. Also, there's another dead pirate to scan. Yes. Fire scan complete. Terminated by his own forces, evidence of parasitic infestation present. May have turned on his allies against his will. There's a Dark Temple key there, you can probably tell. And there's Preeds, so we want to not run into Preeds, ideally. That would be the best thing to do. So let's shoot this guy. I think they spawn indefinitely. I think they come out of this thing on the ceiling here. Oh, wow, it's like pulsating and weird. Okay, I'd never really looked at that before. Once this Preed-glass... Ah! I ran into another. Gah. Let's just get the temple key and get it over with. My dogs are barking, by the way. There's some sort of excitement upstairs. My mic fell over, of course. There's some sort of excitement upstairs and my dogs are barking. Let's see. That would go that way. I think a neighbor is visiting. That's why there's excitement upstairs. I'm not really sure. I think we could go either way. If I try to go through here, what's gonna happen? There's a splinter. Lovely. Okay, there's a light door at the end there, so we really can't do anything in this little room here, except kill splinters or get killed by splinters. Let's not spend time in the Preed gas, because that's just going to accelerate the damage we're already taking from Dark Ether. No, I don't know what these noises are, so just shut up. This is another dead... was undergoing parasitic fusion when its heart failed. Massive biosystem shock led to the termination of the subject and parasite. Also, here's a Warrior Ing. Do not waste your Dark Beam ammo against Warrior Ing. Dark Beam is not very good against Ing. What you should do is... I don't know. Segways. I wish I had a Segway to ride around so that I could make a convenient Segway. That's one of the more dangerous attacks we just saw there. The first one we fought, we never saw do that. But that's... I guess it's like he's trying to possess you or something, except that Samus can't be possessed because we have the energy transfer module. There's his melee attack, which we never got close enough to see in the last fight. I wonder if he's close enough to the Phazon to be hurt. Yeah! Awesome! Phazon killed him. Cool. And he just sort of dissolves into blobbishness. Yes, blobbishness is now a word. Officially. I have decreed it such. I remember this room. There's some inglets. They're annoying. Here's a giant cracked wall with densium in it, so you can probably guess what we need to just get through that, but we don't have it. Here's a light portal, which is inactive, and we cannot activate it. Here's another dead pirate commando, and here's the dark version of that room with the sand in it. That room with the sand in it. Object contains a number of motivator units. Appears to be components of some sort of transportation system. And here's some blade pods which we can shoot. Actually, if we shoot them with the dark beam, we can, I think, maybe have a higher chance of getting some dark beam ammo. But what we really want to do here is shoot this lift crystal. And, oh, also, I forgot to do this with the earlier ones, but once we've shot it, it becomes a dark lift crystal. Which, basically, if that's energized with light energy, it will activate, and we can move the platform back up. So I don't think there's anything over there in this dark version of the room. Just go on through, and here's a save station, and another dead commando. I think they've sent a couple different forces of these commandos in through, which is why there's so many dead ones, not just the ones that we saw go through just now. Save? Let's see. This is the 4th episode I've recorded today. Yeah. Sorry, just scheduling things out in my head. See, it's sometimes hard to have enough time to record 7 episodes at once on a weekend. But that's kind of what I have to do, just because, you know, sometimes I have time to record during weekdays, but it's not reliable, so I just like to have myself, just give myself sort of that set schedule there. So, gotta just avoid the phase-on by going over like that, and here we are, here. Here we are here. I'm so eloquent. And why am I inflectioning like this? How do I inflection? Here is a big phase-on mining site, called phase-on site. Again, real original. Originality isn't exactly important with these names. So this thing is dotted with blade pods and dead space pirate commandos. Caught in an explosion, combined with radiation and the dark atmosphere. Numerous fatal wounds in the back, all from space pirate weaponry. Often the punishment for cowardice among space pirate commandos. Interesting. Or maybe he was possessed. I guess our scan visor would tell us this. This is one of the 3 locks that we need to scan to get this little lock system over here offline. Why? Mike? Why? You fall over? Why am I banging my mic against my leg? That's kind of weird. Ah, there's the beacon. Okay, let's jump on these platforms here. There's this weird grayish door over here, which is out of scanning range. Ah, I missed my opportunity to jump. That's something that we're not going to be able to deal with till much later. That requires the 4th beam in the game to open. So that thing there has a really cool bonus behind it, but that is still quite a ways off. Why do I bother scanning these things after they've already been scanned? Since I don't think there's really any fall damage in this game, I can still, jump down like that. And use the space jump to break it up, I guess, and then I really know I won't take fall damage. Let's blow up these crates. I guess I should probably talk about how people don't like the beam ammo system very much. I can see where people are coming from in terms of not liking the beam ammo system, but I don't think it's really as bad as all that, because in Metroid Prime 1, there were some serious balance issues, as in, the plasma beam was objectively the best weapon. Once you got it, you almost never used anything else. It was pretty much Ice Beam and Plasma Beam for the end of the game. In this one, you use all of the beams all the time, because all the beams except the power beam require ammo. So, you might think it's a bit annoying to have to gather ammo, but it does do a better job of making the different beams, stay useful throughout the game. So even if it can be annoying, there's a practical reason for it. Balance is an important part of game design. These are ink claws. They're not important at all. They apparently spew toxic gas, but seeing as dark ether is already toxic, we don't really notice. That was something that we probably should have scanned, actually. That was but this is not really the best room to do it. We can make our own later if we want to, with the dark beam. That was a nullified, light crystal. Ah, all these things trying to use solar beam on us. Aren't you supposed to take 2 turns to charge that? Or 1 turn to charge, and whatever. Yeah, if we want, we can actually, make our own nullified crystal here to see just to get the scan. This is what happens if, a crystal... Oh, hey! See, that was worth it, because it got us 40%. Hit it a few times with the power beam, it'll clear us off. There are some enemies that can deactivate them in such a way that hitting them with the power beam will not clear them off, and you just have to wait. So you kind of have to go to another crystal. This is a nullified beacon, which is, the same thing. Basically, they're just not functioning because they've been hit with dark energy. Here's these night barbs I mentioned earlier. They were in the dark save station earlier, and I forgot to scan them. Flying airborne hunters, small, travel in large numbers for safety. They're another one of these enemies that looks weirdly geometric and not living, sort of like the shriek bats that just looks like a horseshoe with wings. This is just this sort of caltrop shape. I don't know why I used caltrop to describe it. I don't. Just don't question me. I don't know. I talk weird. In Soviet Russia, viewer question you. No, that happened in capitalist America as well. Okay, let's kill those for absolutely no reason, because we're just that evil. Now, they are an annoyance when we try to do a little bit of platforming in this room, but they're not really threatening. Here's one of these light doors. What we want to do is hit that with Dark Beam, and activate that so we don't lose a bunch of health while we kill these night barbs, and activate the other light lift crystal. Because aren't we smart? Also, these light lift crystal thingies handily create safe zones, so that's nice of them. Create safe zones on top of them. The other ones didn't do that. And they're permanent, too. It's not like a beacon. It's like a crystal. And there's a night barb flying around, but there was just one, so I avoided it. Alright, this is pretty big excitement right here. Here's Dead Luminoff. Dead for 1.2 decacycles. Signs of phazon radiation poisoning and extreme exposure to dark ether's atmosphere. All gear and weapons have been removed from the target, except for this one that's right next to him, the light beam. Oh, yeah. Bam! That was out of sync, so hopefully I won't try to use that to sync the audio. It's in kind of a bad place for it anyway. But the light beam. Light beam's awesome. It is, you probably guessed that that's what one of the other beams was, because we have the dark beam, and I said that they're all dark and light themed. But here it's telling us something important. Defeat enemies with dark beam to earn light ammo, and light beam to earn dark ammo. Also, light beam can be used to supercharge light crystals and beacons. This is an energized crystal. It only stays energized temporarily, but as long as it's energized with the light beam... Oh god, there's Lumites. Let's just go out through here, because I hate Lumites. Any dark creatures that run into the field while it's energized die instantly, so that is really handy. This is a webling, it's not important at all, we only see it in pretty much here and, another room in this same area. It's really totally insignificant. So, we can, even more so than actual enemies, you pretty much switch between beams in the right way to destroy containers so that you get ammo for the, whatever type of beam you want. We can energize that, and you can see it kills the dark splinters instantly. I'm talking really awkwardly today, but, this thing, in a lot of places in the game, see, a lot of the tough fights in the game tend to take place in, dark ether against dark enemies, and as such, in a lot of tough fights, the light beam ends up being a bit more useful than the dark beam. But they're both still very useful at different times. And so I think they are balanced pretty nicely. And the fact that you can use the opposite beam to gain ammo, means that ammo isn't too much of an annoyance. I don't know. I think it works out pretty decently. But, anyway, about time to end off the episode, so I'm the Nufferdog, and I will see you guys... Oh, I see, it was energized. Next time.